Good morning, my herby friends. Today I'm gonna be dividing one of my favorite herbs, and this herb is Elecampane, Inula helenium, and I really have used this herb a lot over the last few years for bronchial infections and helping clear out mucus and dry up the lungs. It tonifies the lungs. It's also a good for the digestive tract and helping to ease bacteria in the gut. And I'm not going to get into a bunch of the effects of it, but I really like this in cough syrups. And the cough syrup that I've been making, there's been a lot of lung congestion going around, and I'll make up batches for people and they're able to sleep through the night and the mucus is able to come up. So I'm going to introduce you to this plant, and unfortunately, I do have a baby I can show you. So I divided this guy 2 weeks ago and it's leafed out amazing. And so I just want to be able to have a bunch of this growing in my garden, and then I can harvest the root. But this one is, I think she is 2 years old. And so I'm going to divide her up and make a whole bunch of new plants. So you can see that she's already trying to leaf out, which is okay. I'm gonna separate all of these and then pot them up and hopefully have a bunch of new babies. But you can see on the root, they kind of divide like, sorry, this is bad, but they kind of divide like lilies. So they just grow new little bulblets off of the side. And I'm sure bulblet is the wrong word to use. But, so I'm just going to divide this up. And then I'll be able to harvest some of the root and dry it. So I'm going to show you dividing some and then harvesting some of the root. So when you separate it, you want to make sure that you have a good root base to start the other little baby going. And I always feel very invasive about this. So I cut this guy off, and then, but it still has this nice long leader root to start. And then some of this, so you can actually cut off a whole section and cut it up and dry it. And that's what you would use in your cough syrups and teas. And I love the flavor of Elecampane. There's not another herb that I've found that tastes anything like it. It's definitely a very earthy taste. So this one that I cut off, I'm going to end up saving this big section and repotting that. And this little guy, I'm going to end up cutting off, and I'll harvest that. I just love the smell of it also. So even this, because there's so many little nodules on here, you can put this in the ground and it'll restart. So to harvest your herb, you would cut off a root. And then I'm dipping it in water right now. But if you dip it in water, you can actually rub it. And then the outside layer comes right off. And then try and get to where you can see the cutting board. And I just cut it into little rounds about that size. And then I'll just dry it. You can use a dehydrator. I have a little screen that sits on top of my wood stove. So it's just a little indirect heat. And it's not cooking too fast, but it speeds up the drying process. Because I don't have a lot of area for drying. And I'm going to use that whole root, excuse me. And you're going to dry it. And then you can make a strong tea out of it, a decoction, or you can save it and make it cough syrup out of it. But I'm going to keep cutting this little guy apart, or little lady, and start a whole bunch of new herbs from her and have some extra medicine for my cabinet. All right, sorry today's video is a little short, but I hope that helps you a little bit, and I'll show you the progress. Thank you and have a great day.